First of all, good evening to all. I know this is the post-lunch session, and you all are being bombarded by all the technology trends and technology buzzwords since yesterday. So I'll try to keep it as short as possible. So today we'll understand that how BFSI organizations can drive their business growth by using GenAI-enabled or intelligent automation. But before we delve into any further details, like to put a thought across to you that with introduction of new technologies, time and being, I always try to ask a question whether this is a tech-driven market or a market-driven market, market-driven. So what's the difference between a tech-driven and a market-driven, correct? Now, you're aware of companies, let's say like Uber and Google of the world, wherein they were the first, or it was more of a tech-driven, approach, wherein they introduced a certain technology, and then it was expected that all the other giants or similar companies follow the suit, correct? And that's how, even in fact, if you take an example of a car or any other luxury item for that matter, it's majorly market driven. That is what consumers and clients are expecting this from the XYZ technology or any other trend that's flourishing in the market. Similarly, it goes with GenAI. So everybody knows about GenAI. There would have been a lot of talk since yesterday. GenAI, what GenAI is, all that. But let's really try to understand whether it's just a technology buzzword or whether it's actually, creating an impact in the market today. So another point that comes to my mind before I jump into more details is definitely in the BFSI space, the clients are getting more and more, smarter. They are looking for better solutions. Definitely, they are looking for better, responses from the client, from the bankings or from the insurance. Similarly, they expect a very less stat to process your insurance policies or to process your business loans. So that means that nowadays this GenAI is not a myth or not a buzzword, but it is getting market driven because clients are getting demanding, right? So let's try to understand the technology trends associated with GenAI and intelligent automation. So as per the market service, GenAI market is expected to rise from $11 billion to $128 billion by 2024. So that's a significant jump. So you can understand what kind of investment is happening in the GenAI space. Similarly, a McKinsey report states that GenAI could add value of around $200 billion to the BFSI space. If we talk about intelligent automation, the global intelligent automation, again, this entire market has already surpassed $13.6 billion of market revenue in 2022, and it is expected to reach a $25.9 billion of market by 2027. So that clearly indicates that every organization is trying to adapt to this new technologies, be it intelligent automation or be it GenAI. Okay. Now let's understand what is this digital transformation approach. So every company and every organization, especially BFSI, are the first movers. They are the first adapters of every technology that has been introduced in the market, correct? So let's understand what intelligent automation is. If I have to put it in very simple language, intelligent automation is actually a spectrum of software and technologies that mimics a human activity, and at the same time, it mimics human judgment as well, correct? So, and if I start breaking that down, the first component of this entire platform is your RPA, which is typically, RPA is not new to, I think so, most of the members out over here. It typically helps you to automate mundane, repetitive tasks, such as data entry, collating data, massaging data, or even for search, correct? Then when we advance to the next level, that's where your artificial intelligence comes into the picture, which actually mimics the human judgment, right? So it actually helps organizations to automate complex level of data. And then lastly, when you stitch both of these items together using a low code process automation, if I again, in a layman's language, it's more of a workflow engine that actually ensures that humans and bots can work collaboratively on a unified platform. So this is what contributes to a intelligent automation platform. And now with the rise of AI, GenAI, what we have done is we have also added one more layer to this entire platform, which is your GenAI. Okay. So GenAI actually helps organizations to automate your complex data. So there's a lot of, today it's all about data, correct? Every organization is data-driven organization, and this data is all over the place. This data is unstructured in nature, and there's no context to it. So that's the need, that you need to create a LLM model which understands the context behind every data points, and then tries to make sense out of that data and use it more effectively and more efficiently. So this is what intelligent automation is doing, and it's helping a lot of organization in today's world. Moving further, what's the importance of having a Gen AI or intelligent automation? To be very honest, the first and foremost advantage or the benefit is that you actually reduce your operational cost. Because the more the manual work is, that means you're looking at an incremental operational cost. If you have an intelligent automation tool in place, you ensure that your team size or the human size remains the same, and they can actually cater to our larger volumes. So you actually control your operational cost. Second, at the same time, it also enhances your operational efficiency. So that's another importance of intelligent automation. And then there are couple of other ones as well, that with the help of intelligent automation platform, it's very easy for any organization to scale into their automation programs. So you can begin with as simple as, let's say, identify a low-hanging fruit, which might be your MIS creations, report creation, and then probably you just scale that up to a larger processes like loan origination or your claims or your account opening or customer onboarding for that matter. So that's how you can scale with the same kind of a platform. Now, how does Gen AI fits into this entire gamut? So Gen AI actually acts as a catalyst. It sits on top of the intelligent automation platform, and it actually ensures that whatever data that is not getting processed or it's difficult to process with the help of intelligent automation, Gen AI comes into the picture and actually automates that entire thing. Also, it unleashes a lot of creativity. With the advent of Gen AI, there are more areas that are coming up which we never thought of earlier, like customer experience. So if we talk about the possible areas, what are the possible areas through which we can target with the help of Gen AI and intelligent automation? So these are predominantly the major ones, though there are a lot more to it. But predominantly, most of the investments that are happening by the banking and the financial institution is in this area, and it is led by the customer service and experience, followed by sales and marketing. So if I talk about customer service and experience, this has been a huge problem statement for most of our banks and insurance companies, especially in a geography like India, wherein the client base is very difficult. Correct? Some of the client base are very demanding. Some of the client base is not that technical, and there are multiple nuances to it. So how does Gen AI help in that? Gen AI ensures that whatever data that has been communicated by customer to the end organization, it actually processes that data, understands that data, makes sense out of that, and then takes respective actions. So in a way, you're trying to eliminate manual intervention completely, and thus that actually improves your overall customer experience because the response and the TAT has been reduced significantly. Second is your sales and marketing. So companies, especially bankings and insurance, they have struggled quite far. That how do you ensure that your business is scaling up every quarter, every half yearly or yearly, subsequent, so on and so forth, right? So that's where Gen AI again can play a pivotal role, that it can actually give important sales nudges to your RMs, which will ensure that they are doing upselling, and it will also boost your cross-selling parts. Because that's what Gen AI do. It goes through your historical data, it identifies patterns, and then basis on that data and patterns, it will suggest that, okay, you know what, this is Parag, he has taken a product from, let's say, ABC Bank. This might be another good fit product for him. Similarly, it goes with the insurance, that if I'm buying an insurance policy, Gen AI can suggest that, okay, this might be another policy that Parag might be interested in. So this actually helps. Taking further to the different areas is risk management, human resources, operations, and underwriting. So definitely, we can all discuss this in detail. In the interest of the time, I'll just move ahead. Now, how Gen AI and intelligent automation are driving growth within this organization. So we saw the possible areas wherein it can be put to use. So risk assessment and compliance. In fact, I had a lot of discussion in last 2 days around risk assessment and compliance. And one point that came out was there are a lot of regulatory compliances requests that comes in, and that comes in an ad hoc manner, correct? And the major problem statement is nobody is in a position to put this data into one place. So that's where GenAI or LLM models can play a huge role. It can actually understand this, questions or the checklist, and then it can ensure that the data is appropriately pulled from your existing systems and then create a report around it. Similarly, it can also keep a track and give you automated regulatory compliance checks and alerts in the future. Second is your personalized finance to boost revenue. So this is similar to what I just spoke about, that this GenAI models can actually help you to create tailor-made personal plans, right? So banking and insurance, it's not only traditional banking. It's very dynamic industry and things are changing at a rapid speed. That's the reason that, why clients like me, because I'm a demanding client, I actually prefer if a bank will approach to me with a more personalized plan or a requirement which fits my bill, correct? So GenAI can actually help you to create those personalized, tailor-made, either insurance policies or personal loan plans, anything. Second is your operational efficiency. We see a huge workforce which is part of our back office operations team, and all they are doing is they are just doing repetitive, mundane work, correct? Fetching documents, then looking at the documents, and then trying to do data entry. Now, this all can be taken care with the help of intelligent automation, and along with that, GenAI. So GenAI can actually help you to automate this complex structured or complex documents, and then RPA or intelligent automation can, once that data is extracted, it can process that data further in the way or in the format that you are looking for. Fraud detection is another area. GenAI can again play an important role because there has been a lot of frauds of lately, and companies are trying to figure a way that how you can actually keep a tap on this fraud detections. So right now what's happening is it's more of a reactive reaction that's happening, but instead of that you can have preventive measures in place. With the help of a GenAI, you can actually have models in place who can actually detect your frauds, and then it can give you alerts, timely alerts to prevent those frauds as well. Okay. And then customer experience I already spoke about, so I won't spend much time around it. Now, how does GenAI plays a role in intelligent automation? So there were some discussions I had with few gentlemen that GenAI is creating issues for intelligent automation or RPA. But on the other hand, I look at it from a different perspective. If you ask me honestly, GenAI actually augments the overall features of intelligent automation. And how does that do it? Because whatever I am not able to do with the help of RPA or your traditional AI ML, GenAI gives me text classification. It helps me with text summarization. It also helps me to generate this codes or content, correct? Now, another one is translation predictive analytics. So predictive analytics, again, a very important model that can be used either by the banks or by the NBFCs or insurance companies. For insurance, it can actually give you a prediction whether this policy would be an early claim or not. Depending on that, you can actually tailor-made your premiums. Similarly, for banks, it can give you an indication whether this loan application would be a default or not, right? So moving ahead, now, whatever we spoke about GenAI and intelligent automation, let's understand that how this is actually put to use in real life world. So I'll walk you through a couple of the case success stories that we have already implemented with our customers. To begin with, it's the first case study is about email automation, which actually translates to your customer experience and customer support. So this is done for a leading insurance firm in India. They received somewhere around 4,000, 5,000 emails on a daily basis, and they had a huge team of 20 people who just used to go through this email data and then try to categorize this. The major challenges out over there were, firstly, there was a huge TAT that was involved. Second, there was a lot of errors while categorizing these emails, and that means the response that were going back to the clients were completely, haywire. So what we did is we actually replaced this with a AI or a GenAI model rather. This model is actually fetching all the new emails that is coming in, with the help of NLP, we understand, or it makes sense out of that data that what is written, because email, it can be a free text. It is a free text. I have a knack of writing very short emails. On the other hand, person B, he can write in a lengthy emails, right? So it becomes very difficult for technologies, but with the help of GenAI, you can actually understand the entire content that is out there in the email, make sense, and then I arrive on a decision that, okay, this particular email, let's say it falls under the service policy request kind of a thing. So with that, along with that, what we are also doing unique is this GenAI model is also giving you a sentiment analysis score. Now, how is it helping the client? If the model has tagged any response as a negative sentiment, so that gets prioritized within that entire queue. Okay, so that actually helps the company to look into that particular case on priority basis and help that customer to resolve that issue. So in a way, they are ensuring that the brand value is not getting impacted, and then they are retaining the customer loyalty as well. So moving ahead, this is another example, mortgage document extraction. So this is done for a US lender. This document extraction or mortgage process involves a handling of a lot of complex documents, which runs into hundreds and 500s kind of a pages. And it's completely complex structure. So the data is all over the place. So how do you extract that data? So that's where we are leveraging our GenAI and AI capability. I'll just jump guns because the time's really up. Another area can be, your loan processing. So it's a LOS journey that we have already built for one of our customer. And over here, the GenAI is not only the GenAI. Here we are using our low-code process automation. We are using RPA. We are using AI. And the GenAI is actually giving you a fraud propensity score at the end of the journey, which actually helps the credit head to take an informed decision whether I really want to approve this loan or not. Okay. This is not pertaining to the BFSI industry, but a pharmaceutical company, a global leader in pharma. A very interesting one, because this involves the handling of a document called as a COA, that is Certificate of Analysis. These documents are pretty complex and unstructured in nature. With the help of the GenAI, what we are trying to do is, because a Certificate of Analysis gives you the list of ingredients that goes into any drug, okay? And then they ensure that they are within the biological range. So in order to extract that data, but how do you make sense whether it's a gram, it's a percentage, it's a milliliter, or it's a liter? So that's where GenAI is getting used. And, they have completely eliminated the manual intervention out over there. So talking about Nividous, so whatever we just saw, talking about intelligent automation clubbed with that GenAI. So Nividous is the platform wherein you will find all these different technology components under one single umbrella. So that actually acts as a huge advantage for most of our customers, because this becomes a one-stop solution, right? And I keep using one terminology, which is probably, very, you all will relate, technical depth. So every CXO or every technology leader is talking about technical depth these days. Now, if a project or identify a process wherein there is a requirement of multiple products, correct? That means you're looking at multiple products and multiple vendors. That actually increases your technical depth, and it becomes very difficult going ahead to manage all this in one place. So here, Nividous becomes a one-stop solution for all our customers, and it's highly scalable. Okay. And we also offer a quick start, model wherein we ensure that you identify the scope, you identify the process, and we'll ensure that that process is actually rolled out within 3 to 4 weeks. And once it is successful, we list down this success deliverable factors. If we, deliver that, then we can take it ahead to a next level. So this is how we have been doing. Any questions, we can definitely, connect at our booth or anywhere over coffee. We would be more than happy to answer your questions.